Well, welcome again. This is the Davenport Road all-age service, which generally means most of us are in here all the time, including primary school, secondary school, although there is a crash which is already happening through there. So if you're desperate for crash, that's the way. It's already on. Wow. Well, today our focus is on the King of Kings. So use the coronation, if you like, as your springboard into the greatest king of all, Jesus. But first of all, let's have a quiz. Right, so it's a royal family quiz. I got 10 questions. I'll come down a bit. Now, the idea is you tell the person next to you what your answer is. Right, 10 quick questions, and see if you can get 5 out of 10. Set yourself a target. Now, if you don't want to talk to anybody, just, I don't know, put the answers on your phone, but don't cheat, right? Okay, so there are no sweets for winners or losers here. You're going for your personal best, right? So 10 questions, and the idea is, well, we'll do the first one sort of together. So question 1, what does King Charles, please don't shout it out, just tell the person next to you, all right? What does King Charles never need on holiday, but many times some of us have had to take this on holiday? Right, so I have 20 seconds just to tell the person next to you, what is it that King Charles never needs on holiday, but some of us, we've had to take it on certain holidays? Okay, and that is... I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a passport. I didn't know that. He doesn't need a passport. It's like, I'm King Charles. I don't need a passport. Okay, so that's your first one. Maybe you got 1 out of 10, none out of 10 so far. 1 out of 1, actually. Okay, so the second question is about the Queen. Apparently right, I'm getting this from the internet. Let's presume the internet is always right. And of course, the quizmaster is always right. So these are all right, even if they're wrong. So here we go. The second one, what breed of dog did the Queen invent? Was it, I've got ABC here, was it apparently a breed of dog the Queen invented? Was it a Corgi Wawa, a sausage Corgi, or a Dorgie? Right, so you got ABC. Did she invent a Corgi Wawa, a sausage Corgi, or a Dorgie? The late Queen, sorry, not Camilla. Yeah, right. Yeah, so the late Queen Elizabeth. Right, what did she in? Okay, well, it is C, apparently, a Dorgie. A Dorgie, a few yeses going on here. Right, so the Queen famously loved corgis, and when one of hers was mated with a, can't pronounce it, it's a Dachshund, whatever, however you say it, she created the new mixed breed, the Dorgie species of dog. How about that? Okay, the third one. So 2 out of 2, maybe? 2 out of 2? I'd be like none out of 2 at this stage before I looked into it. So question 3. What does our king why does the king or the ruling monarch have 2 birthdays? Why do they have 2 birthdays? And I'll give you A, B, C. So A is because they love birthdays. It's B, it's something to do with Germany, or is it C, it's to do with the British weather? So have a quick chat. Is it A, they love birthdays, B, something to do with Germany, or C, something to do with the British weather? And ticking away. Okay, so it is actually C. It's something to do with, as far as I understand, something to do with the British weather. Apparently, give you this one, in 1748, or later some say, but King George II, born in October, birthday in October, decided to combine Trooping the Colour, which happens in the summer, with his own birthday celebrations. So he had a birthday when it was Trooping the Colour, and then also had his birthday in October because, well, nice weather. And since then, every monarch has followed suit. Okay, right. Question 4, there's an endangered animal named after King Charles in Ecuador. There actually is, right? So there's an endangered animal named after King Charles in Ecuador. What is it? Is it A, a frog, B, a stick insect, or C, an iguana? What would you name King Charles after? So is it an endangered animal? Is it a frog, stick insect, or iguana? Okay. So it's this. It's actually a frog. So the I can't pronounce it, Prince Charlesy, but the Hyloskirtus Prince Charlesy, or the Prince Charles Stream Tree Frog. Yeah, there you go. Okay, nearly halfway, right, the fifth one. In 2009, Michelle Obama famously did something with the Queen that she wasn't supposed to. What was it? Choice of three. Did she high-five the Queen? Did she hug the Queen? Or did she tell a joke about the Boston Tea Party to the Queen? So which one was it out of A, B, C? Have a quick chat. Did she high-five the Queen, hug the Queen, or tell a joke about the Boston Tea Party to the Queen? Have a quick chat. I think most of you seem to know this one. So it's hug. She hugged the Queen. She's not supposed to really even touch her. Hugged. She hugged her. Right, okay, question 6. We've passed the halfway line. You may be relieved to hear on this one. So, King Charles has founded nearly 20 charities. Nearly 20. Now, how much did these charities make, or tend to make, each year for good causes? So the charities that King Charles has founded, how much do they make a year, roughly? Is it A, £140 million, B, £475 million, or C, we really don't know, it's very hard to work out? Okay, so how much do the charities that King Charles has founded make every year? Is it A, 140 million, B, 475 million, roughly, or C, we really don't know, it's too hard to work out. Okay, it's A, 140 million. It's pretty good. Okay, question 7. King Charles can. What can King Charles do? Can he A, fly jets? Can he B, fly helicopters and play the cello really well? Or C, all of the above? Can he do all of those things? So is it A, flies jets, B, flies helicopters and plays the cello really well, or C, all of them? It's all of them. He can do all of them. He can fly jets, he can fly helicopters, and he can play the cello really well. Okay, related to that, question 8. Which 3 instruments can King Charles play? Can he play, I think this one's easy. I think this is easy, right? Can he play A, the guitar, the piano, and the cello? Or B, the cello, the bongos, and the didgeridoo? Or some of us could claim to play some of these things, I think. And then C, the cello, the cowbell, and the triangle. So which 3 instruments can he play? Is it A, guitar, piano, cello, B, cello, bongos, didgeridoo, or C, cello, cowbell, triangle? It's A. It's A. He can actually play the guitar and the piano and the cello. You got your, there you go. Okay, final 2 questions. I don't know if you got 5 out of 5 so far or more. That's the target is for maybe at least 5 out of 10. Okay, question 9. At Cambridge University, King Charles got a degree in what? Was it A, English, B, history, or C, he didn't get a degree from there? Okay, so again, question 9. At Cambridge University, King Charles got a degree in what? Was it A, English, B, history, or C, he didn't get a degree? So have a quick chat. What do you think? A, B, C, English, history, or he didn't get a degree from there? History. It's B. He got a degree in history at Cambridge University. Not bad. Final question. Some of you will be most relieved to hear this is the final question. Question 10. King Charles once presented the weather for the BBC. Really, he did. Right. So King Charles once presented the weather for the BBC, but where did he do it? Was it in England, A, England, B, Wales, or C, Scotland? Have a quick chat. Was it England, Scotland, or Wales? Sorry, England, Wales, or Scotland? England, Wales, or Scotland? Scotland! Scotland! Oh, I can't do the accent right. Okay. Could we have the first slide up, please, Christine? This is not a COVID announcement. This is just putting slides up. So, oh, actually, I should have got the clicker off you. That was an error. So I'm just going to do that now. This is your, oh, hello. This is Nigel's chance to do even more exercise than the action song. Okay. Thank you. See if this works. Oh, it does. Right. So we are going to look at how Jesus is the King of Kings in 6 ways, and they all start with L, apart from one that's got an L in it. So it's kind of a cheeky addition because I couldn't think of a better way of saying it. So there are 6. This is in 3 parts. So there'll be 2 L's and then a song, 2 L's, another song, 2 L's, another song, then it's teas and coffees. That's where we're going. And there's also an open mic situation here. Interactive readings. So I'll come to that in a sec. But the big thing we're thinking about and rejoicing in today and celebrating, and it certainly encourages me to think about these things, is how is Jesus greater, better than any other king or queen? In fact, greatest, best. How is that true? So we've got the 6 L's, and here's the first one. Jesus is the Lamb we need. He is the Lamb we need. It appeared in the passage from Revelation 17, verse 14, how the King of Kings is also the Lamb that we need. Now, this is where we have open mic stuff. So the open mic, I'm going to switch this one off, Malcolm, and I'm going to use that to prove it works. Hopefully this works. Hello. It works. So the big idea, do you know what? This may or may not work. There's always dangerous trying something. Yeah. Okay. Don't even need that. I don't want to get in the way too much of the lovely coronation flowers. There's like, if you get up there, there's a flag that represents things. Yeah. Okay. So the idea would be pick up this microphone. Put it this way. Pick up this microphone. You could even sit down because there's a chair and read what it says on the screen. Now, if that screen goes blank, like it just has and sometimes does, you can just read it from there. So let me explain. This is what you're going to use, this microphone, to do the reading. There's more. Believe it or not, are we there, Malcolm? There are 11 readings to do. This is one of the longest. And when I would like someone to do a reading, I'll sit on this chair and wait, right? Right, if nobody does the reading, we're going to be sat here for so long. Actually, literally eternity if nobody does the reading. So I'm calling for people to bravely come up, pick up the microphone, and read what it says on the screen. So your first opportunity is right now. Okay, so it's basically pick up the microphone, do the reading. It's a very different way of doing readings in a church service, right? Because usually you plan it. This is completely unstructured. Absolutely anybody can come and read that reading. Or not, and then we're sat here for so unbelievably long, looking for some bravery. Thank you, Anne. Right.
They will make war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will overcome them, because he is Lord of Lords and King of Kings, and with him will be his called, chosen and faithful followers.
Thank you so much. So the plan is there are 10 more of those. When you see me sit down, you know what to do. You can start geeing yourself up now for your moment. And do you know what? If somebody else comes up just as you're coming, it's not the end of the world. You just have to accept they beat you to it. So it could be interesting. But let's get the focus back on. Jesus is the Lamb. First reason, first L, why Jesus is King of Kings, because he's the Lamb. Why is Jesus called the Lamb here and in the Bible generally? Why is that? When we look at the whole Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, lambs die in the place of someone instead of people. And it's for their sins, to pay for their sins in their place. And so when Jesus is called the Lamb, that's why we've got the 3 crosses on the hill there. A similar thing going on. Jesus dies in the place of people. He is dying instead of his people for their sins, to pay the penalty for their sins. The King of Kings, he dies on a cross. The King of Kings, he bleeds for us. He dies for us. He's buried. And it's all for us. With the bigger picture of he's doing it for the glory of God the Father. He's willing to give his life to die for his followers. So he is the Lamb. Now, Jesus also says it like this himself. And this is an opportunity for someone to grab that microphone. Please do. He says it like this in Mark 10, verse 45. About why he's the Lamb. Open mic, anybody?
To give his life as a ransom for many. Thank
you, Patrick. Who thought I would make it this awkward this morning? But anyway, we've got 10 more opportunities, almost 10 opportunities for more awkwardness. Rev yourself up for your turn, right? So why did Jesus come from heaven to here? He's the Lamb to give his life as a ransom for many, which links in nicely with the next one. So the first L, Jesus is the Lamb. We need him. We need him to die in our place. He's also the love that we need. Now, what is the greatest love of all? Well, apparently Whitney Houston knew. Or did she? She seemed a bit confused at the end of her life. Did Whitney? We're not totally sure. But Jesus knows the greatest love of all. He expresses it like this. So this is over to somebody.
Greater love has no one than this, that he lay down his life for his friends.
Super. The greatest love of all, Jesus said. Greater love has no one than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. And then Jesus went to the cross and he did exactly that. And he even died for those who would be at that point his enemies, who would later turn to him. As for those followers of Jesus. And there's more. And there's more. We get this ongoing care and love from our great God and Savior, the Lord Jesus. And here's a sense, another verse for you about the ongoing help and the love of the Lord. 2 verses from Matthew chapter 11. Over to anyone for the open mic. You're allowed to go twice. You could just go once.
Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls.
Well, how is Jesus the best, the greatest, compared with other kings and queens? And we've seen so far, he is the Lamb that we need. He is the love that we need. And next up, Jesus is the life we need. Probably thinking what the next 3 L's are. Well, it's coming soon. So he's the life we need. Actually, Jesus is the resurrection and the life. There's an episode from the life of Jesus when he walked on this earth, and his friend Lazarus had died. And Lazarus had been dead for a few days in a tomb. People are still weeping over this, publicly, loudly. And then Jesus meets Lazarus' sister, Martha, and he says these words. Maybe you could do these, Joan, because I know you were trying to do the last one. Are you keen to say this one just from where you are? Just shout it out. Yes. Yeah, great. No, that's fine, just where you are, yeah.
I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this?
Do you believe this? Great, thanks, Joan. And then, incredibly, shortly after, Jesus brings Lazarus back from death to life. Same day as saying those words. Lazarus leaves the tomb and he lives again. And for us, Jesus offers eternal life to all who would come to him. And Jesus is our resurrection and life. Now, after that, with Lazarus coming back to life, the time passed. And when the day came, Jesus was executed. Jesus was killed. Now, you're the resurrection and the life. How is it that you got killed? Well, there's more to it than that. 3 days later, you will know from Easter, Jesus came back to life, the resurrection king, the King of Kings. The King of Kings. Death cannot hold on to the King of Kings, who is the resurrection and the life. Now, bear with me on this next one. Some of you might be into music that is loud. So am I, if that's you. Now, I was recently listening to a band called the Foo Fighters, and you may have heard of them. They're not a Christian band, and they've got a song called Walk. Walk. And in that song, Dave Grohl repeats these words. I never want to die. I never want to die. I never want to die. And if you know the song, you'll be like, oh yeah, he does say that, doesn't he? I never want to die. And apparently he's thinking a little bit about his friend Kurt Cobain, who did die. The band Nirvana, some of you will know all these details. Now, is there any hope for Dave Grohl, lead singer of the Foo Fighters, who says, I never want to die, I never want to die? Well, there can be hope, even for Dave Grohl, for him. Because the King of Kings, we see mentioned here, he's the resurrection and the life. That is not limited to just certain people who seem to be a bit nicer. It's just anyone who would turn to the Lord Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, who specializes in resurrection. So Dave Grohl, you don't have to stay dead. Dave Grohl, have Jesus as your King of Kings. He is the resurrection King, and then life continues beyond, joyfully, into the next life with the King of Kings. Jesus said it like this. This is an opportunity again. He said it like this in John 14, verse 6.
I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me.
Great stuff. Jesus is all of those things. And you see also the life. It turns out it's the everlasting life through Jesus, only through him. So he is the greatest. He is the best. And we've got our L's so far, well, the first three, and then there's a fourth one where I'm going to need some people to get active with this bin, because something's going in the bin, right? So Jesus is the greatest. He's the King of Kings because he's the Lamb we need. Now, I could test you over coffee at the end here if you got all six, if this is in any way memorable for you. Yeah, okay, well, we'll see. The key thing is whether it's impacting your life that Jesus is the King of Kings, not whether you remember the list, right? Okay, so Jesus is the Lamb we need. He's the love we need. He's the everlasting life we need. And he puts L in the bin. What could it be? It's actually evil in the bin. Evil. The way you would never say it, evil. So he puts evil in the bin. Jesus is the one who finally puts an end to evil properly. You get these people who say, you'll ask them, how are you doing? And they'll say, oh, it's all good. It's all good. And I'm thinking, no, it's not. In this world, nothing. No one's having the life that is, oh, it's all good. Now, in glory with Jesus, you could actually say that and it would be true. That it is all good. Not yet, though. But yeah, okay. You can. I'm not going to embargo you from saying you can't ever say it's all good, because it's quite a nice, positive thing, isn't it? But there is a point when finally all evil is done away with and all good is what we know as the people of God. And so we come to our main verse of the day. For someone to read this again. Here we go. So see how long a drink I get as the next person comes up. It's a sudden rush.
They will make war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will overcome them, because he is the Lord of lords and King of kings. And with him will be his called, chosen, and faithful followers.
Thanks, Simon. Well, here we see the forces of evil combine against Jesus, and Jesus wins. It says he overcomes them. They will overcome them. He wins. Now, and then certain things are radically changed, and we've got another one. This might be Wendy's moment, or whoever it was who was getting up there. It's probably you. Turn to Revelation 21, verse 4, and you see this. So it's another opportunity to read.
He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the old order of things has passed away.
Brilliant. The King of Kings puts evil in the bin. There's no more of that stuff. It's just going to be gone. And that's why he's the King of Kings. All these kind of things. He puts evil in the bin.